All right, so the number on the thermometer matters way less than the age of the baby. If your child is under 3 months of age and they have a rectal temperature of 100.4 or higher, that means you need to take them to the emergency department. It's not like, oh, urgent care tomorrow, or we'll call the nurse line and see what's going on, but it's like emergency department, even at 2 in the morning. And it's because roughly 8 to 13% of infants who have a fever over 100.4, under 3 months of age, they have a serious bacterial infection. It's often just a urinary tract infection, but it could be bacteremia, where there's actually bacteria in the blood, or meningitis, where the infection is around the brain. As a pediatric ICU doc, I've taken care of these babies, and the thing that's scary is that most of them actually look fine when they show up, and then they get very sick. And that's what a lot of parents don't understand. It's that if you have a 2-week-old with meningitis, they might just have a fever and nothing else. Older kids and adults like us, we have a ramped up immune system. So if we get sick, we look sick, and it's kind of obvious. But with babies, you often just don't know. Critical thing, I said rectal temperature at the beginning, and that's really the only method that counts here. And I know nobody wants to do a rectal temp on their newborn, but the data shows that forehead and this temporal artery thermometer, it misses about a third of real fevers in young infants. And so if you're relying on the forehead, it might just say 99.5, but you could be sitting on a real 101-degree fever and not know it. Another big thing, don't give Tylenol and wait and see if the fever breaks. And it's not necessarily that the Tylenol itself is bad, though, it could affect the liver a little bit, but the fever is a signal, and it's what's causing that fever is what we need to find. So when these babies get to the ER, if they have a fever, they'll get blood work, urine, sometimes a spinal cap, and that's how we catch these infections that don't show other signs. So if you mask the fever with a Tylenol before anyone evaluates the baby, it might delay that whole process, which could be bad. And just so you know, the specific numbers don't matter, but the younger the baby is, the more aggressively we do the workup. So less than 3 weeks, pretty much all babies are gonna get lab work, they're gonna get started on antibiotics just in case, they're gonna get admitted, and then they're gonna get evaluation for urinary tract infections and a spinal tap. Once you get out of that 3-week window, you're still gonna be getting lab work, likely antibiotics, likely a spinal tap, but kind of depends. And then over a month, you kind of get risk stratified with labs. So if the labs look bad or the baby looks bad or there's concerns otherwise, then things will happen. But if not, then they may be deferred. So the rule is simple. Baby under 3 months, rectal temperature of 100.4, go to the ER. Don't Google it. Don't wait. Stop this YouTube video. Just go in. And this is one of the few absolute rules in pediatrics. And as a pediatrician and dad, I promise you, no ER doc will ever fault you for bringing that baby in.